August 3rd, 2020, okay, 5561 Jumbo 1 set, okay, 10:43 a.m. to 11:19 a.m. We'll be out there for this, hardcore ed, direct channel, almost by the bike out there, routes, everything I can do, you know, everything I need to do every single day. I always say this, carving in hearts, not marble. Don't let somebody dictate what you can and cannot do in this world. Don't let somebody ever dictate what you can and cannot do in this world. No matter what age you are, no matter what you're doing, you can do it. Okay, you put your work into, you put your grind is literally the cornerstone of who you are. It's your work ethic says who you are. I did that in high school, in college, high school in Florida, from New York in the streets, and I moved to Florida. I did that in high school, okay, and I had to do that in 2 colleges, and I won 3 championships, but it wasn't easy. There was times, like I said, there were times where I'm playing on midfield on a Friday night. Let's say even at my first college, my second college, I'm sitting there doing the same thing. People going to frat parties, I'm sitting there in the middle of the field, just sitting there, clear skies, cold, just praying. I'm just sitting there praying. You know, and I never know what was going on, but I still literally the next day came out there and worked as hard as I can. Did everything I can do. And even when I was on the scout team, the eye in the sky doesn't lie, as they say. When you're doing moves and making catches, making plays, and you're still just on that cusp, it's frustrating, but you got to do the best you can. You can't blame other people for where you are at in life. You can't play the blame game. Stop playing the blame game. Stop saying I'm not here in my life because of this, because of this, because of this. I've had a lot of instances in my life where stuff has been in my way. Stuff has happened that I didn't do that I had to deal with 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I had to deal with that. But literally, you can't blame other people. It's literally trying to see how bad you want something in your life. Whether it's sports, football, soccer, movies, everything aspect of your life, whether you want to be a business, work your own business, whether you want to do what you want to do, you have to put the grind into it. You can't blame other people. You can't blame negative instances in your life. I'm trying to say this. You cannot blame because somebody has it easier. For example, somebody, at least in my situation, somebody gets signed somewhere and they're not putting in the work. They might not be as good as you. But you can't sit there and say that person's fault because I'm where I am. You can't. You can only control what you can't control. And I've said that before, and I say it again, how hard I work, how good of a father I am, how good of a wide receiver I am, how good I train, how good I just take into account every single aspect, every sports I've played in my life, football, soccer, everything. Like the professional, those 2 professional sports. You have to deal with everything in your life, but you can't sit here, as frustrating as it is every day, to see that sometimes, see other players get it, and see you get overlooked a lot of times, till you get a chance and opportunity. You deal with it. You deal with it, man. I'm trying to tell you, you deal with it. There's other guys grinding in Florida, Texas, New York, that have nothing. I got a message last week from somebody who said, hey man, I live in New York City. I see you grinding all the time. I see you working hard. I'm trying to get to where I want to be a professional for my kids. My kid's 7, my kid's 3. I told him literally, I said, look, you're in the city. You got to train where you can train. I gave him some tips on where to train at, what to do, but focus on what you can do. Focus on your kids, make an adjustment to it when you can train, and look at all these teams when you get a situation out there. Some of the teams don't pay a lot. If they don't. All right? But you have to focus on what you want to do with your life, what your goal is. Your scope is not the same as somebody else's scope. And I appreciate getting those messages from people out of nowhere. Because it's not the same, it's not when you get messages from somebody, somebody's trying to hate on you, trying to hate on what you're doing. I ignore the hell out of it. I don't care. I block that. I've had that so much in my life. Even in college, even before the story came out, even before I was on television, before I was professional, I've had that. Forget about it. But you get the messages that actually are good, and you keep them. You keep them. All the time, you keep them. And too many people take for granted where they are in this world. Too many people take for granted what situation they have. If you're outside grinding for something like at least a professional contract or a business, something like that, you're alive. You're above ground. You got kids. Do the best you can do for those kids. Every single day, right here, right now, I'm grinding every single day. Like I said, there's times when I prayed on the field, and I'm not the only one. There's times when I pray down in Florida in the heat wave, by myself in the pit in Florida in winter spring, running hundreds, running routes. People would drive by and not know what I'm doing. Tunnel vision. I'm zoned in to what I need to do. I'm zoned into my sanctuary. I'm zoned in to where you can make a difference in the world and inspire other people with your game, with your talk, with how hard you work, and then you talk to them, and then you understand. They understand your situation. They understand where you come from. They understand that. So that it's not just literally walking by, because you never know. On a Hall of Fame field driving by, you never know who you're going to see. You never know who's working hard. You never know somebody's story. Don't judge somebody at all. Know their story. and work on your own story. I'm going to be the hero to my own story. You cannot walk out on your own story. You can't. All right? IFL 2021. I'm focused on Arizona. I'm focused on Green Bay. I'm focused on the league. I'm focused on all those things spoken. I'm focused on things that overlook people. I don't care how old I am. I don't care. I do not care. Okay? You have to have the mentality to get a pond box out there for me, and I'm not going anywhere. So I put all that stuff up every single day. So I will be the best baller I can be, best wide receiver I can be, best professional I can be on the field, and best person I can be in sport I can see, even if I had nothing. Even if I was homeless, even if I help out the homeless, even if I don't have much money, even if I'm not making 5 or 6 figures. Okay? Even if I'm not making 5 or 6 figures, like other people are, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and do the best that I can. Okay? Because there's people that make 7 figures, 8 figures that haven't worked for it, they don't inspire other people, and they don't care. And they're not good to the people around them. So focus on that and do the best that you can every day, all right? August 3rd, 2020. Yeah, I'm a year older, but you are better every single day. It does not matter. And I am not going anywhere, no matter what. Grind hard, stay hungry, stay humble, all in, ton of vision. I can, I will, I must every single day.